Coming up on DC News Now, a violent holiday weekend in the district as people were celebrating the 4th of July.
And this morning, where police stand in their investigations into multiple shootings. And the death toll rising into the dozens in Texas this morning. We get a look at the devastating floods destroying a summer camp and leaving several young girls still missing at this hour.
We're going to be tracking some clouds and also some showers associated with what will be the remnants of Chantal, but eventually that does slide out. I'll have more details and timing coming up.
And Queen Bee is back in the DMV. Beyonce's second show in our backyard gets underway in just a few hours. We are live at Northwest Stadium where fans are expected to start filing in this morning.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
A very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us on DC News Now at 6 o'clock on your Monday. I'm Randy Bass.
And I'm Marielle Carbone. Joining us now, meteorologist Jackie Lair. And Jackie, we came off such a nice holiday weekend, but maybe not as nice today.
Yeah, not as nice for much of this week. We do have some rain and thunderstorm chances most days this week. So just make sure you're staying weather aware, especially when we're talking about thunderstorms and into the afternoon hours when a lot of people are going to be out and about. So heads up. Anyway, starting off with some rain showers across southern Maryland. Those rain bands associated with what are the remnants of Chantal right now. Chantal is continuing to spin up just south of our area. It's that low pressure that's popping up on your screen right now. So moving across parts of Virginia very slowly. So any of these rain bands could contain some heavier downpours too. So tropical like downpours at that. So we could be dealing with some of the heavier rainfall at times and slow moving showers sliding on through, especially for the eastern half of the area. Very warm start to the day, mid to upper 70s for most, and dew points are well into the 70s. So a lot of moisture into the air. Very tropical feel as you're stepping out on this Monday morning commute. High today will top out into those upper 80s to right around 90. Certainly a little bit hotter back out towards our westernmost areas. We're likely to see mainly dry conditions out there today. Well, more details, timing, look ahead towards our West Side 7 day in just a few minutes.
All right, Jackie, thank you. Sticking with the weather this morning, our eyes stay on Texas as the death toll rises from those devastating floods. Officials say at least 82 people are confirmed dead. 10 children remain missing. It all comes as a desperate search and rescue operation continues, including for several missing young campers. Kelly Wiley from our sister station reports after hundreds of people were rescued.
As search and rescue crews continue their desperate search along the Guadalupe River for missing campers, some families are grieving.
The heroic efforts of people that worked in those camps, directors of the camps, people who owned the camps, who not just risked their lives, gave their lives to try to go save the lives of those kids.
The family of Mystic camper Lila Bonner confirming that she did not survive the floods that inundated the camp, saying they are praying endlessly for others to be spared from this tragic loss.
Our hope and prayer is that there are still people alive that are out there, and we are still actively searching for them, and we will continue. And listen, that will turn into recovery at some point.
According to the camp's website, Mystic has operated in the Hill Country for nearly 100 years. The camp's owners, Dick and Tweety Eastland, were hosting roughly 750 children over this July 4th weekend.
It's the most wonderful family, the most wonderful Christian loving camp in the world. And I hope my girls get to go back.
Former camper and now grandparent to a Mystic camper, Peggy Newman, said her granddaughter was among those rescued from the devastating flood.
They didn't really know how bad it was until the light, till the morning, and they could see. And then they looked out onto below them, which was the golf course, and it looked like an ocean. Nothing but water.
And new reporting suggests that critical roles at the National Weather Service in Texas were vacant at the time of the floods. The New York Times reports the local office there was without a warning coordination meteorologist. That's the person who would work with emergency managers to plan for floods and warn residents. The news spurs new questions on whether staff shortages made it harder to work with local leaders to respond to those floods. The National Weather Service told the Times they remain committed to their mission to serve the public. Meanwhile, the senior most official in Kirk County, where many people died, reportedly said the county did not have a warning system because taxpayers don't want to pay for an expensive system.
In the district, a holiday weekend turned violent.
Yeah, several people were shot, including a 3-year-old girl who is now fighting for her life. DC News Now's Yamari Sase breaks down what happened and where police stand in their investigation. Good morning, Yamari.
Yeah, good morning. Now, this weekend was supposed to be a weekend full of celebration and a lot of fun activities, especially with it being 4th of July weekend. But unfortunately, police responded to a string of shootings. Some people lost their lives, others were injured. And that includes one of the victims, which was a 3-year-old girl. Now, it all started on Friday around midnight, about 12:30. That's when police responded to J Street in Northeast. A man was shot in the foot, and a woman later showed up to the hospital with a gunshot wound. Police say both were hurt in the same incident, and they're expected to be okay. Now, about 20 minutes after that incident, a woman and a 28-year-old man were found shot on Benning Road. The man did not survive. And then hours later on Sumner Road in Southeast, a woman was shot several times and taken to the hospital. A man with a gunshot wound to the hand later showed up at the hospital, and it was identified that he was shot in the same incident. That situation started from a fight involving a group of people. Now, just after 3 a.m., tragedy took place on 14th Street, where a 3-year-old girl was shot in the upper body while sitting in a car. She's in critical condition, and police are actively looking for whoever fired the shot that hit her. Now, the violence did not end there. On Saturday night, around 11 p.m., 23-year-old Zari Williams was shot and killed on T Street in Northeast. A man was also hurt in that shooting, and he is at the hospital recovering. And then early Sunday, officers responded to a scene on Banks Place, Northeast, where they saw evidence of gunfire but no victims. And shortly after that, a man was found shot in a car on New York Avenue and Bladensburg Road. And another shooting on M Street left a man injured as well. Now, people in the district say this weekend was extremely violent, and they're honestly just fed up with the violence that they've seen.
It just makes me feel a little uneasy because I feel safe generally, but obviously there's stuff going on all the time.
It makes me angry. I mean, there's kids around here, stuff like that.
Now, there were a total of about 7 shootings. 2 people died and several others were injured. Now, these are all active investigation. If anyone has any information, you are encouraged to contact police. We're now reporting in Northwest DC. I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yeah, Marie, thank you. Well, staying in the district, more than 20 people were arrested during the 4th of July weekend. Saturday, police say 18 people, including 16 juveniles, were arrested for disorderly behavior, including using illegal fireworks. Police say another 5 juveniles were arrested Sunday for fireworks discharge. And happening today, a judge will hear arguments on whether to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia back to Maryland. That's the Prince George's County man mistakenly deported to El Salvador. Garcia is currently being held in Tennessee, where he faces federal human smuggling charges. Last week, a judge agreed to keep Garcia locked up over fears he'd be deported. A rally in support of Garcia will occur outside the Greenbelt Courthouse at 10 a.m. The hearing begins after at 11 a.m.
New this morning in Maryland, Montgomery County police are investigating a deadly crash involving a pedestrian in Wheaton. This happened last night near the intersection of Veers Mill Road and Galt Avenue. Police say a car hit a woman there. She died at the scene. The driver of the car stayed at the scene. Police are working to identify that woman.
And in Northern Virginia, a woman faces charges after allegedly driving while drunk and crashing her car with a young child inside. The Stafford County Sheriff's Office says 29-year-old Kayla Blackwell crashed on Warrington Road last night just after 9. Inside the car, a 7-month-old child. Officials say that Blackwell and the child were not buckled in at the time. Neither were seriously injured. Blackwell was charged with DUI, child neglect, and drinking while driving.
And a 6-month-old boy was killed Sunday morning in Frederick County, Maryland, after an SUV crashed into a utility pole and a home. Maryland State Police say the SUV crashed on Woodsboro Pike, just north of Woodsboro, just before 11 a.m. They believe the driver was headed north, hit a telephone pole, and for an unknown reason, hit a house. No one was inside the home at the time, but troopers say the 6-month-old boy was flown to Johns Hopkins Children's Center, where he died. A 3-year-old boy and a 26-year-old woman were also sent to the hospital in an ambulance, but the driver was reportedly not hurt. Investigators do not believe the driver was impaired.
And the Washington Nationals announcing they have moved on from general manager Mike Rizzo and manager Dave Martinez. Mike DiBartolo will take over as interim general manager. His first task will be the MLB draft, which is set to take place next week. The Nats have the first overall pick this year. Rizzo has been with the Nationals organization since they became a major league franchise 20 years ago, and for almost 8 seasons. Martinez led the charge to the team's first championship win in 2019. Nats fans, of course, had plenty to say about the change.
Seen his hat right here? What was that, 2019? That's too long ago. Yep, they got to go. They got to go. We want to win. We want to win.
It's been a long time rebuilding, so, but yeah. But we hope the best. So, I mean, DC needs, well, we'll figure it out, right?
Yeah. An interim manager will be named today, according to a statement released by the team. Meanwhile, the Washington Nationals taking the L. The Boston Red Sox swept the Nats in a 3-game series over the weekend. Yesterday's final score, 6-4.
And Beyonce is in town for her Cowboy Carter tour. Her second and final concert at Northwest Stadium is tonight. Her first concert Friday night brought thousands of fans from across the region. Some fans waited in line Friday morning to see Queen Bee up close on the floor section. One fan says it's been a dream to see the artist with the most Grammys in history.
I mean, I've been a fan since I was 7 years old, and from being a fan, I've developed into a stan. I mean, there's nobody like her.
That concert, very exciting stuff, gets underway tonight at 7 o'clock. Your time now, 6:11 on this Monday morning, and we are stretching your dollar ahead of Amazon Prime Day.
Yeah, we're showing you all of those deals that you can grab. Plus, President Trump's big, beautiful bill now signed into law. We're hearing from both sides of the aisle about what it means for Americans this morning.
And we are taking a live look outside. Jackie, what can people expect as they step out the door today?
I mean, out there right now, we do have some mainly cloudy skies, and we'll eventually see some showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, especially for the eastern half of the area today, associated with what will be the remnants of Chantal. I'll have more details coming up the rest of that work week forecast right after the break.